Welcome to Bio class. Today's topic is incomplete dominance and other part also. Now, first, incomplete dominance. Incomplete dominance is the phenomenon where none of the contrasting allele are dominant. So here is some peculiar and odd we can see, and the expression of the F1 generation and F2 generation, we can get that the mixed of the two character. It means that the third type of the phenotype it is formed. So it is not available in every plant. Here the example we have got the dog flower, Antirrhinum majus, snapdragon, that Mirabilis jalapa. All this plant it is there. Let's know that here the red colored flower and the white colored flower. In F1 it shows the pink color, which is the third type of phenotype character. It means it has no dominant character. It comes in next generation, but this character here it is mixed, so that it is called the incomplete dominance. But in F2 generation, when we can see that here red color and the pink and white, all three types are formed. It means that again all the gene will separate and it can form the red color and the white color, and the pink is intermediate, it is there. In this case, the phenotype and the genotype, both the ratios are same, 1:2:1, because the no dominant character is here. Now here is a concept of dominance. Here is an explanation, the concept of dominance. We know that in the dominance, in that phenomenon, when both the dominant gene is there, then the phenotype, and when one dominant gene is there, the phenotype is same. The why it is? Why it is? It should not be. It can be half or it can be double. So suppose TT gene, when it is there in the homozygous tall, suppose height is 5 feet, but when it is heterozygous tall, that height will be also 5 feet. How it can be explained? Look at here, this T here we have indicated, that is actually gene. Gene will produce some enzyme, some hormone in the protein synthesis, and here is a raw material of the cell divisions which can produce its character. Suppose cell division, when it is there, then height will be there. Now the one gene, if it is functional, then it can do its normal activities. Another gene which is there on the side, they are either less efficient or non-functional, or no enzymes they can produce. Okay, so it can be compared in your two hands. Suppose we are doing our work in two hands, but suddenly in one hand if it is injured, then also we can do our work with the other hand also. Maybe we can do the same type of work in one hand. Here also the one gene is capable to make the height, so that the height be increased. That is the concept of the dominance. If this gene is absent, if both a small t gene is there, then due to the less efficient production, non-functional, no enzyme at all, so that the height will be reduced into 3 feet or less. So when both are recessive gene will be there, then the enzyme will not produce. That is why the height will reduce. But at least one, if it is there, then height may be there and normal. So that is the concept of the dominance. Codominance. Next one, codominance. In codominance, Look at here. Here it is this two in case of cattle, brown color and the white color. In F1 generation, the new character will not form, but both the character will form. That is why the co-dominance, this word is used, both the character. So we can see this type of cow, cat, dog, it is there. The patches are there in the body. So in this co-dominance, the allelomorphic gene pairs are not related as the dominant and recessive, but both of them are expressed equally, not always equally, but both are expressed in F1 individuals. In human blood group, we can see the very good example of codominance. In human blood group, we know that the A group is there, B group is there, and O group is there. A group here, the genotype, it can be this one and another, the homozygous and the heterozygous. Okay, B also that homozygous, heterozygous. Now you can see this one, AB. AB here both here dominated and both appears in their phenotype. So AB here the very good example of codominance, and it is also a very good example of multiple allele. You can see that here 1, 2 and 3 there are 3 allele. It is there more than 2, so it is a very good example of also the multiple allele. So normally we are telling that A group, B group, AB group. Actually, what is that? RBC, red blood corpuscles, contains in their surface contains some antigen. So antigen A and antigen B, that name is given, and here antigen O, antigen O also there. You can see that in lipid bilayer of that RBC, it contains some sugar polymer like glucose, galactose, N-acetyl glucosamine, N-acetyl galactosamine, fructose, all this. So you can see there various things are common. The glucose, galactose, N-acetyl glucosamine, and the galactose again, fructose, these are the common. N-acetyl galactosamine, this one, it is available in A group. Show that this is the identity of this group, this A antigen, A agglutinogen, which is present in RBC. In B group, which contains the galactose here extra, so that is about this one. O antigen, nothing is present on that surface. Okay, so in this way that this gene will work. Okay, dihybrid cross. Okay, dihybrid cross, it means that cross between two parents differing in two pairs of contrasting character. Okay, so look at here this color. Here the contrasting character here yellow and green, and the shape round and the wrinkle. Okay, now you have to understand this part, that all the gene here, it is present in separate chromosome. It means that here is a round. You can see that the chromosome, this is the one chromosome pair, homologous chromosome. This RR, this gene is there, and the yellow for the color. Here another chromosome, it is there. It means that here the concept that we are discussing, that one chromosome is carrying one gene. Actually it is not, but here you have to understand that. In case of wrinkle, green also, that here the recessive that genes which are present in the different homologous pairs. All right. Now, how gamete will form? That is also very important. So here is the genotype RR YY and RR another genotype. How gamete will form? Gamete will not form from the one set of homologous chromosome. Gamete will form from each of the one. Okay. So R and the Y here, this is the gamete. It means the one from here and another from here. Okay. Here also the same. So this is the rule of the producing the gamete. Okay. Now the union will take place. We know that the all will be round and yellow because the dominant character here yellow and the dominant character also round. Now F1 generation, when they will form the gamete for the F2 generation, look at here how the gamete can be formed. Already I told these are two different homologous chromosomes. So here the chromosome it will go from the each. So the first, if we combine the Y and Y from these two, second it can go this one small y and the capital Y. Third one, the capital R and the small y, and the last one here, the small and small R and Y. So in this way it is combined. In one side this is the female one, a male one, and another side this a female one. In the same way, the same combination it is there. Next we can see that how it can combined. Now look at here, these two will combine. So we have to write RRYY. So RY and RY, it means the smaller and capital Y. So in this way it will combine. We know that any single dominant gene is available, then the characteristics will go for that the dominant character. So here we have to calculate that round and yellow. So R and Y, if it is available, then will be round and yellow. Let's count here. Here it is there 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it is round and yellow is 9. Round and green. See that round and green means only R will be there and there will be no dominant Y gene. So round and green here, round and green, you can see that round and green will be 3. Wrinkle and yellow. Wrinkle and yellow here, the Y one dominant gene will be there, R gene will be recessive. So here the wrinkle also 3, and only one will be wrinkle gene. Here all the recessive will. So here phenotypic ratio it comes 9:3:3:1. There is some mathematical problem that I'll going to give the next video, next lesson. So at first you understand all this. You have to understand in the chromosomal view also the ratio. Okay. Next video I'll upload one mathematical problem with explanation. Thank you.